My dear students of class 9, I hope you all are well by the grace of the Almighty. In the previous class, we learned about adverb part 1. Now, in the previous class, we learned about simple adverb, and now we are going to learn the rest of the kinds of adverb, that is interrogative adverb and relative or conjunctive adverb. Where does he live? Here we find that where, this qualifies live, that is a verb. That means where is an adverb here, but this is used here to ask a question. So this is called interrogative adverb. Thus we can define interrogative adverb as the adverb which is used for asking questions, asking a question. The adverb which is used for asking a question is called an interrogative adverb. Here in these three sentences we find that when will you return home? This is verb. When will you return home? This qualifies return verb. So this is adverb. Then it is used for asking question. So this is called interrogative adverb. In the same way, how, why. In the sentence, how did you solve the problem? How is an interrogative adverb, and why in the last sentence, why is also an interrogative adverb. That is, we have learned now about interrogative adverb. You have already learned what is antecedent, what is relative pronoun. The noun or pronoun which precedes a relative pronoun is called antecedent. In the same way, in the sentence I know the place where he lives. Here, where? Is it a relative pronoun? Like who is? No. This is not a relative pronoun here. This is here adverb. But this adverb is different from simple adverb. Relative pronoun joins two sentences, but simply a pronoun never joins two sentences. So, relative pronoun joins two sentences. Here, this adverb joins two sentences, two clauses, and here the place, this is called, and the adverb is placed after the noun place. This is noun here, and this is called relative adverb, and this is called antecedent. In the sentence, the antecedent is mentioned here before relative adverb where. Thus the adverb who is like the relative pronoun joins two sentences, two clauses, and the antecedent is mentioned, that is with the mention of an antecedent, is called relative adverb. Here where that this adverb joins two clauses with the mention of antecedent, the place, so this is called relative adverb. Just like this, another examples. Do you know the reason why he was absent? Here, why, and the reason, antecedent. This is adverb. This adverb, what does this adverb do? Here, this adverb joins two clauses, and the antecedent, the reason is mentioned here. So we can say this is relative adverb. That is here why this adverb joins two clauses and with the mention of the antecedent, the reason. So this adverb is called relative adverb. Here in this sentence, I know the time when the train will arrive. When the time antecedent, and when past when adverb. This adverb joins two clauses and with the mention of the antecedent, the time. So in the same way, this is this is relative adverb. When here relative adverb. Now look at the sentence. I know where he lives. Here, where adverb. But here the antecedent, the place is not mentioned. That is, there is no mention of antecedent here. So this adverb is called conjunctive adverb. That is the adverb which joins two clauses like the relative pronoun without the mention of antecedent is called conjunctive adverb. So what is the difference between relative adverb and conjunctive adverb? The difference between relative adverb and conjunctive adverb is that if the antecedent is mentioned, we call it the relative adverb, and if the antecedent is not mentioned, we call it conjunctive adverb. Do you know when he will arrive? Here, when is adverb first. But what kind of adverb is it? Relative or conjunctive? Which? This is conjunctive adverb. Because the time which should be antecedent is not mentioned here. This is a comparative study of relative adverb and conjunctive adverb. This is a comparative study of comparison of relative adverb and conjunctive adverb. First sentence, I know the place where he lives. Antecedent is mentioned, so this is relative adverb, but here I know where he lives. Antecedent is not mentioned, so this is conjunctive adverb. I cannot tell the time when he will come. The time antecedent mentioned, when relative adverb. I can tell when he will come. Antecedent is not mentioned, so this is conjunctive adverb. I know the reason why he is absent. The reason antecedent mentioned, relative adverb, and here antecedent is not mentioned, so why here conjunctive adverb. This is all about relative and conjunctive adverb. However, in this class we have learnt about interrogative adverb and a relative or conjunctive adverb. Thus, in the previous class and in this class, we have learned completely. We have learned adverb completely. Okay, with the best of all of you.